hit your imagination when the Vedam says there are only 1,000 eyes. Correct? So don't use it that way. That is why our rishis know our attitude. They are cautioning us, don't use it that way. Atha sahasra shirsha devam ityaparo narayana anuvako bhavishyati yatra paramatma pranavakyo narayanaha pratipadyate. So this simply means that there is one person who is Narayana himself with limitless heads. One, this is the meaning. Now let's go to the next part. Then I will try to bring all of them together. Second is Sahasraksha. What have we understood till now? Sahasra Shirsha, 1,000 heads. Head is the 1,000 is indicative of only the limitless nature and doesn't denote the number 1. Now Sahasraksha. Sahasra Netra Yuktaha, the one who has got thousands and thousands of eyes. What does Netra denote? Now, if I say 1,000-eyed person, because what does Purusha Suktam say? Sahasrakshaha. Correct? What does Sahasraksha mean? Who is Sahasraksha? Perfect. Bang on. You said Indra. Correct? Because in our Puranas, he is called Sahasraksha. Now, immediately what will happen? There will be some woke scholar. He will write one book. He will say that in the Vedic times, the rishis were not cognizant of Vishnu, Rudra, Devi, and so on. They were aware of only deities like Indra, Agni, Varun, Yam. We'll buy that book, 1,100 rupees, we'll buy that waste book and keep it during Saraswati Puja. Will we get moksha? See, again, please don't mistake me that I'm trying to ridicule. I feel research scholars are required. People have the liberty to research, but do it in the right way. Like how there is a formula in mathematics, there is a formula to interpret the Vedas. Don't do it the way you want. That is why we'll have all those people saying, Sahasraksha, that time they used to worship only Indra. No, Indra is called Sahasraksha, but there Sahasraksha has a different meaning. I'll tell you how. There is one shlokam in Raghuvamsham. Tato manda nilodbhuta kamalakara shobhina gurum netra sahasrena nodayamasa vasavaha. Vasavaha is Indra. How were his eyes? It looked like lotus, he says. Tato manda nilodbhuta kamalakara shobhina gurum netra sahasrena nodayamasa vasavaha. When his 1,000 eyes on his body opened, it looked as if the lotuses in the pond were blooming. How will we understand this, sir? I'll tell you how. When did he become Sahasraksha as a point of contention? Let us go back to the Ramayana. That is why I said, only if you read Ramayanam, Bharatam and Bhagavatam, you can understand Vedic texts well. See, when I go for lectures, suppose I go to Denmark, there will be one person. I would like to begin somewhere. I just thought I'll begin with Gita. Disaster. Bhagavad Gita is PhD topic. You should always begin with the Ramayanam, Bhagavatam, Bharatam. Then when you read Bhagavad Gita, you'll interpret it the right way. You begin with Gita, done. Now, let's come back. In Srimad Ramayanam, there is one rishi called Gautama. This Gautama Maharishi, he had no intention of marrying Ahalya. He was not of the opinion of marrying Ahalya, though Ahalya was the spotless beauty of those days. Now, Brahma said, whoever goes around this world and completes it first, that person is entitled to marry Ahalya. When you say go around the world, it means you have to travel to different countries. So this Indra went on an expedition. It took many days. Meanwhile, one day, Narada Maharishi and Gautama come to Brahma's abode. And Narada says, get her Ahalya married to Gautama. Gautama was surprised. See, I never asked Ahalya. No, you have gone around the world, that is why. He said, Narada Maharishi, jhoot bolna mana hai. Aisa jhoot mat boliye. Where did I go around the world? I have not stepped out of my own place. in Nepal, because Gautama was in Nepal, Mithilopavanam. He said, I have not gone out of Nepal. Even if there are tremors, I will manage. I'll stay there itself. I have not gone. No, you have gone around the world, said Narada. Gautama asked, how? Today morning, tell me what happened in your cow shed. Gautama said, see, my cow, which I've been nurturing as my very own family member, she gave birth to a calf. What did you do then? Gautama said, as she was giving birth to the calf, I went in a pradakshinam around her. If you do a pradakshinam to a mother cow that is birthing a calf, while she is giving birth, it is equivalent to going to all punya kshetrams. So you will marry Ahalya. So it was a bonus offer for him. So he married Ahalya. But this Indra, when he came back, he was a lot disappointed. He has gone to every country, Mediterranean, he has taken Alaska cruise, then he has gone to Singapore, he has gone to Tasmania, everywhere he has gone. He has seen the northern lights, he has seen the southern pole. After spending so much of time, he comes and sees she is called Mrs. Ahalya Gautam. So, but that particular position, a person who was occupying that Indra position at that point in time, somehow wanted to have a relationship with Ahalya. That is when, in Gautama's absence, he disguises in the form of Gautama and comes. When he manages to coax himself in Ahalya, Ahalya knows that this is not her husband, from the pollens of the Parijata Pushpam on his head. But she thought, if it is the great Indra who's coming, I should always say yes to him. At that point in time, Gautama comes. It's a perfect cinema scene. Gautama comes. Now this Indra escapes in the form of a cat, says Ramayanam. While escaping, he pronounces a curse. He says that your body parts will have apertures over 1,000 on its body. You will develop some cracks. Indra was very proud of his beauty. Now he wanted to get some plastic surgery done. He goes to a dweepam very close to Tamil Nadu and Sri Lanka called as Nagadweepam. Search for this island. It has a temple for Parvati called Indrakshi. He goes and prays to that Parvati Devi and says, do something about these cracks on my body. She converts with her grace them into small pustules or vesicles. See, people who are used to the medical language lexicon will know, during this chicken pox, you get those vesicles or pustules. That is why in the traditional Tamil language villages, if people develop such pustules and that stays as marks, that person is said to be blessed by the village goddess called as Mariyamman. She is called Ayiram Kan Vudayal. So every vestule or vesicle looks like an eye. See, don't say it will have an antenna, it will have, whether it will have short sight, long sight. It is just some growth on your body. So Indra was cursed to develop this disease where there will be 1,000 such formations on his body. Since each formation will open, see, whenever you get a boil, at one point in time, if it ripens, it will open itself. So Kalidasa did not want to make his Grantham very, very obnoxious. So he said it looked as if the lotus was blossoming. He said, Gurum Netra Sahasrena Nodayamasa Vasavaha. So Sahasraksha means Indra with 1,000 vesicles. Now, I told you, right, the great Grantha, that Gita, Varun, Yam, what he will do is, he will say that Sahasraksha means Indra, which is wrong. Because you should always see the context in which it is being said. Sahasra Shirsha of Purusha, the one who has got 1,000 heads, thousands and thousands of heads, Sahasraksha, thereby he will have thousands and thousands of eyes. Now, what is the use of eye? This is where it becomes very important. See, amongst our sense organs, it is the eye which doesn't have to directly touch the object of its perception. Correct? You see, masal vade, that first of all, that vade should smell good. Vasane varlena varamari panle. So you should be able to sense that, but that eye is one of the sense organs that can perceive without touching its object. That is why we say, even if people have not directly touched us, we see that their evil eyes will be cast on us. You see, some people won't even believe in the Vedas or Ramayana, but they will believe in Nazar. I don't know, somehow that Nazar will come. They'll say, we don't believe in superstitions. Nazar utaro. Kiske liye? When you don't believe in the Vedas, then when you don't believe in Panchendriyam, then how will this Nazar come? Okay, at least they believe in Nazar. Because this eye is very important. That is why in Tirumala, Tirupati, if you go on Thursday, it is called Netra Darshanam. Netra is very important. So this eye is extremely important. I will go through this eye concept now. Now for some time we have to become ophthalmologists. There was a couple called Utathya and Mamata. Husband is Utathya, wife is Mamata. Soft Mamata. Now, this Utathya and Mamata got pregnant. Brihaspati, this part comes in the Puranam. Brihaspati came and tried to force himself in the pregnant Mamata. What is this, sir? All this Brihaspati, Indra. So that time itself, they should have got some penal code laws intact. Now this Brihaspati, when he tried, Mamata resisted, stating that this is not, I am wedded to somebody else. That time this Brihaspati cursed the child yet to be born, that this child will not be able to see. The child born to Utathya and Mamata as a result of Brihaspati's curse was very intelligent but couldn't see. He was called Dhirga Tamas. This person was called Dhirga Tamas. Remember, 1. 2. There is an anecdote in the Mahabharata of two people called Shankha and Likita. Shankha and Vihita. Now, the latter, Vihita, was not able to see. 2. 3. Close to Chennai, what do you find? Road. No. You have this place called Nazarath Pettai. It is very close to Sri Perumbudur. In that place was a great devotee of the Lord called Harita Varana Bhritya. This person could not see. He had a grandson. This grandson was called Kanchi Purna or Tirukkachi Nambigal. Tirukkachi Nambi's grandfather was not able to see. Number 3. Then there is another instance of Kurattalvan. Have you heard of Kuresha? Bhagavad Ramanuja had a Prathama Sishya called Kuresha. His eyes were taken away by a Chola. There is debate with Chola. Some say it is Adhirajendra. So his eyes were taken. 4. 5. There was a Mudaliyar called as Andhakavi Veeraraghava Mudaliyar. He was a great Kavi. He couldn't see. 6. There was a great Kavi called Venkatadhwari Kavi of Arasani Palai who gave works like Lakshmi Sahasram, Vishwagunadarsha Champu. He was also not able to see. All these people who could not see, they all gained eyesight at one place. That was Kanchi Varadaraja Perumal. So, that is why Vedanta Deshika says, Kachitannil kan kodukkum Perumal. So, if you have eye problems, visit this Lord. Now, there is one shlokam also. If you want, you can recite this. If you have members in your family who have eye problems, they can recite. Now, if we recite, what is the use? See, these are all inexpensive Bhakti Purva waves. Try it out. Now, Neela Megha Nibha Manjana Punja Shyama Kuntalama Antashayam Tvam Abjapani Padam Ambuja Netram Netrasat Kuru Karisha Sadame. This is the shlokam. For eye problems, you have to recite this shlokam. Now, all these people were dependent on the grace of the Lord. Now, how are the eyes of the Lord? To which there is a beautiful shlokam which says that the eyes of the Lord are like dams, it seems, full of mercy. And to control that daya in a certain way, there is a dam built between those two dams, between those two reservoirs, and that dam is called as the nose. So the Lord's nose is the dam which is built between two reservoirs full of daya. So he says, Karuna rasa vahita vikshanorme varada premamaya pravaha bhajaha tatati ravanavali bhruvau drikchala sindhostava nasikeva setuhu. So the eyes of the Lord are extremely important. Now let's get back to Purusha Suktam. Sahasrakshaha. So this Purusha has got thousands and thousands of eyes. Eyes are indicative of mercy. Now, next part is Sahasrakshaha, Sahasrapat. He has got thousands of legs. Now imagine one creature. 1,000 heads. Each head with one eye. All necks connected to one body, and the body diverges into 1,000 legs. Sir, how will that creature look? That is why Vedam says it is called Drishta Vidhi. Remember this word. Drishta Vidhi means illustrative in nature. Don't take it exactly. So then what does this indicate? This is where Acharyas say, I'll read out that particular passage. It says, Sahasra Patatvena Sarvagatatvam. Okay. Now I have got eyes. Trust me. I have got eyes. I can see people standing at the back, many of you seated. In the fourth bench table, from the moment we enter this hall in the basement, what was being sold? You saw there was an exhibition? So there was some Swarovski in one side. I saw some ikat material on the other side. I saw. Fourth table, what is being sold? Some jewelry, sir. Yes, sir. Some jewelry. Where is that happening? Just below you. You have got eyes. But why can't you see? So there is obstruction. There is limitation to our eyesight. But now, the same limitation cannot be told by the Lord. See, imagine, Carolina in Seattle has a problem. She is praying to God, please come and protect me. God is focusing there. And here somebody from Munireddy Palaya has a problem. He is praying. That time the Lord says, see, please, Carolina is in problem in Seattle. I can focus only on her. There is lot of obstruction in the middle. Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean. Devanahalli, a lot of obstructions. Wait, after 1 week, I will take British Airways flight. If my luggage reaches on time, I will come and meet you in Munireddy Palaya. By the time he comes to Munireddy Palaya, somebody from Tel Aviv will call him. Now, what is the point here? The point is, we have limitations. You cannot superimpose this limitation on the Lord. If the Lord also says that I have this limitation, then there is no difference between Paramatma and Jivatma. We can take him home and keep him with us. You are like us only, Paramatma. You have also the same problems. He should have an eye there and an eye here. At the same time, he should have eyes everywhere. Which means that whatever we think and act upon, there is an eye that is watching us. So the commentator says, Sahasrakshatvena, the one who is indicated by the 1,000 eyes means Sarvadarshitvam, the one who can see everything. See, in Sahasranamam, you get this line. Generally, we ask in regular parlance, right? If you accuse that I have done this mistake, where is the witness? You ask. Then you will say, there is no witness, sir, I was not there. But this Purusha is a witness to us. How is it shown in Vishnu Sahasranamam? You see that line. Avyayaha, Purushaha, Sakshi. Look at the next name. Dhoni will be very happy. Avyayaha Purushaha Sakshi. Purusha is your Sakshi. Why? Because he has got thousands and thousands of eyes. What is the duty of those eyes? To keep watching you. So you can escape from your other persons, your super... See, when we copy in the exam, you can escape the supervisor's eyesight, but you cannot escape Paramatma's eyesight. So later when you have a problem, what mistake did I do? What mistake? Then he will give you that list. Remember, 2021, in the Zoom call, you took this class exam. That time you copied. Oh, so somebody is noting down. So we all get into the self-piteous mold, right? What did I do? That I list will come. Avyayaha Purushaha Sakshi. So Sahasrakshaha means the one who is a clear witness to our activities. So don't take it in the literal meaning 1,000 heads, 1 eye, 1,000 legs. No, it means the one who keeps watching you. Sahasrakshaha. Sahasra Shiras. Shiras means face. Face is the Adhara Bhutam. It is the support, substratum for your eyes, for your nose. Imagine we had no face. See, in English, if you have done a mistake, then you'll say, I have no face to face him. That is different. Imagine you had no face. There are 2 eyes floating. We can save a lot on foundation. See, when there is no face, eyes will keep floating. Nose will be somewhere in the middle. They will all keep going like a jigsaw puzzle. Mouth will go. So the eyes will look at the mouth and say the lips could be better. So the eyes can look at the lips. So all these complications will come. So the face is that which supports all your eyes, your ears, your nose. So when Vedam says Sahasra Shiras, it means that he is the Adharam for everything. Sahasrakshaha means he is witness to everything. Sahasra Shiras means he is the Adharam, the substratum for everything. Sahasrapat means he has got legs, which means wherever you go, he always comes with you. See, in Ramanuja Charitram, 1,000 years back, Bhagavad Ramanuja was served by a great Malla, a great WWF champion called Pillai Urangavalli Dasar. See, generally in the dark, people are afraid to walk, right? Today, we don't have to worry about darkness at all because there are street lights. Imagine when there was no electricity. That is why after 6:30, they never used to venture outside. So, when you have darkness, people will be worried. But Pillai Urangavalli Dasar used to prostrate at darkness. If something was dark, if the room was dark, he will fall at that room. Bhagavad Ramanuja asked, why are you falling at darkness? People will be worried, they will run away. Pillai Urangavalli Dasar said, it is only this darkness which protected Krishna in the middle of the night when he was shifted from Mathura to Vrindavanam, to Gokulam. So, darkness is very important to me and he fell at darkness. The point is, God pervades everywhere. He is there within us. See, when I say this, Sanatana Dharma is exclusively the only religion that says God is everywhere. Remember this. Western religions do not subscribe to this concept. Please learn the difference. I'm not saying this is right, that is wrong. I'm telling you the primary difference. In Sanatana Dharma, God is omniscient and omnipresent. He is everywhere. He has created and he is in the creation. Remember this. So he has created and he is in the creation. That is why Sanatana Dharma says, fall at the mountain. You look at Tirumala hill, you fall. Because God is created the mountain. He is residing in the mountain and he is the mountain. So, in Sanatana Dharma, we prostrate at all these creations of the Lord. Why is this point coming? Because he travels with us everywhere. He is there everywhere. Sahasra Shirshav Purushaha, Sahasraksha Sahasrapat. Now comes the next part. Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva Atyatishtat Dashangulam. Now what does this sentence mean? Saha, that Purushaha, Bhumim, Prithvi, Vishwataha, Sarvatra, Vritva, Vyapya, Atyatishtat Atitya Vartate. Okay, now let's go to the point. Who is a Purusha? Sir, you have explained everything, but you have not told what is the meaning of the word Purusha. Correct? I have not told you what is the meaning of the word Purusha. What does Purusha mean? Very good. Purusha is Narayana. That is what Narayana Vachi he says. But what is the meaning of the word Purusha? Very good. Puri Shete iti Purusha. Shariram iti Shete. So this particular body is like one city. This city has many, many openings. And through that opening only the Jivatma has to leave. See, when all of us have to die, we may not remember that moment whenever we are going to die. We have to tell others, please videograph for me and send it on WhatsApp. I will watch later. That Jivatma has to exit. It can exit only through the openings. It can either go through the ears, mouth, nostrils, through the places where we excrete urine, feces, it will go. So that is why Alvar says this body is a 9-doored city. Navadwara Pattinam. So in this huge body, I am saying huge. Some of you don't have to have that. I am adding the word huge to me. So huge body, which is like a city, inside it is the tenant called as Paramatma, who is housed inside, that is Jivatma. Inside Jivatma is Paramatma. Since he lives in this body, he is called Purusha. Purishete. First meaning. You have got the meaning? Second. Agragami Purusha. There is one rule in Sanskrit grammar which says that you can also use it in this different way. Agragami Purusha. The one who walks first in front of you is called Purusha. So technically in Sanskritam, whoever walks first is called Purusha. It doesn't mean the man is a Purusha, woman is three. No. Purusha Shabdam can also be denotive of the woman. Because in the husband and wife, let's say the woman is used to marathon and she walks first. Then technically in Sanskritam, she is called Purusha. The man is not called Purusha. Purusha. In Tamil, we are used to these dialogues in the movies. Yam Purusha. No, that Purusha is different. That Purusha has nothing to do with this meaning. Okay, Purusha. Now there is another meaning to the word Purusha. Puru bahu sanotiti Purushaha. The one whose hands have become red. Why, sir? Why have his palms turned red? Because when you keep distributing wealth, you will develop one kind of allergy on your palm. I'll give you one simple example. We go give Saptahams in many places. Bhagavata Saptaham we deliver. 7 days. In certain places 2 hours a day. In certain places 3 hours a day. In certain places 1.5 hours in the morning, 1.5 hours in the evening. 7th day after Rukmini Parinayam, they will call us the Yajnacharya and we have to sit on the stage. All the people who have listened, recited, they will all come in one line and they will take Mantra Akshadai. Trust me, it is the toughest to distribute Mantra Akshadai. I generally tell my organizers, I won't do this, please. I can speak for another 7 days for free. Because there will be 1,000 people standing in the line. You have to take Mantra Akshadai. And of course, they will say a few words. They'll say, I saw you last year. I didn't see you here. Thank God I didn't see you. So many things they'll say. Now I have to listen to all of that. Then they will surely take the selfie. Correct. So I have to give Akshadai. I have to take selfie. Go. Next person will come. 1,000 times I have to do. After that 45 minutes, if you see my palm, it would have turned slightly red. That is when I will understand Purusha Suktam better. Puru bahu sanotiti Purushaha, the one whose palms have turned red by giving away whatever his devotees ask is called Purushaha. That is why in this particular mantra, I invoked Kanchi Varadaraja. Varam dadatiti Varadaha. So Varadaraja is also denoted by Purusha Suktam. Okay. Now, so Purusha has so many meanings. Now let's go to the last part. Sahasra Shirishav Purushaha, the one who has got thousands and thousands of heads. Sahasrakshaha, the one who has got thousands and thousands of eyes. Sahasrapat, the one who has got thousands and thousands of legs. Then, after that it says, Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva, the one who has pervaded this universe. Sabhumim Vishwato Vritva, Atyatishtat Dashangulam. Dashangulam. See, here there are quite a few interpretations to it. Sayana Bhattabhaskara use certain interpretations. They say that the distance between the mouth where you are reciting and the Hridaya Kamalam is Dasha Angulam. So the Purusha is nowhere else. Atyatishtat Dasha Angulam, at Dasha Angulam distance he is here. The other meaning is, again don't take the word Angulam as a point of measurement. He has pervaded this universe. Correct? When I say is pervaded, there is a problem. God is there everywhere. For a moment, let us believe in that. Is he there in that wash basin where we brush? Commode? He has to be there. See, the moment I say he's there everywhere, then my child will come and ask. See, there'll be some people, they'll ask, is he there in the commode? Then we have to, no. It is a very super, what is that great brand? Jaguar. Jaguar. It is in the it's a Jaguar commode. Is he there in that? He's there in that. Is he there in Jaguar? Jaguar also he's there. Now we will have a doubt, sir. Is this the right way to say that he's in the commode? Remember, Vedam says he's there everywhere, but his presence is not smeared with the doshams of that vastu.
Dear Astika reader, I'm happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.
Namaskaram, Astikas. I'm tentatively scheduled to travel to Abu Dhabi and Dubai in the mid-February, to 7 cities in the countries of Australia and New Zealand, namely Adelaide, Perth, Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Auckland and Wellington between the 25th of February and the 25th of March. I'm scheduled to travel to Singapore either in the month of April or January, and later I'll be rendering discourses in New Jersey, Boston, Maryland, Pittsburgh, and then in St. Louis and Indianapolis in the month of July. I'm sure you would love to share this message with your friends and relatives.